Most Americans picked their home defense gun the same way they picked their first firearm, whatever was available, or whatever the person behind the counter pointed at and said, "That one works." Works is not a home defense standard. For decades, the industry told civilians any gun beats no gun. That is a half-truth that leaves families dangerously unprepared when someone is already through the front door at 3 in the morning. 8 firearms made this list based on one standard only, whether they perform when failure is not an option. One costs under $500. One is carried by the people protecting the president. And the number one pick does something in a dark hallway that nothing else on this list can legally replicate. Number 8. The Mossberg 500, 12-gauge pump-action shotgun. The Mossberg 500 has been the backbone of American law enforcement and military breaching operations for over 50 years. This weapon sits in gun safes across suburban America because it delivers devastating immediate stopping power with every trigger pull. A standard 12-gauge double-aught buckshot round contains 8 to 9 individual lead pellets, each roughly .33 caliber in size. When these pellets leave the barrel, they spread into a pattern that delivers massive kinetic energy at typical home defense distances of 3 to 7 yards. The sheer terminal ballistics of a 12-gauge shell far exceed any handgun caliber available on the market. Pop culture claims the sound of a pump action being chambered will scare off an intruder. However, tactical experts advise against relying on sound. Racking a shotgun gives away your exact location in a dark house and means you are walking around with an unchambered weapon. The real advantage of the Mossberg 500 is its mechanical reliability when a round is already chambered. The Mossberg 500 features dual extractors, twin action bars, and an anti-jam elevator. This ensures smooth operation and prevents binding. Police departments rely on it because it functions even after years of neglect in the trunk of a squad car. The weapon weighs roughly 7.5 pounds loaded, absorbing the heavy recoil of defensive loads. The 18.5-inch barrel provides excellent maneuverability in tight hallways while maintaining legal compliance. Ammunition capacity varies, but most home defense configurations hold 5 to 7 rounds. If you require more than 7 rounds of 12-gauge buckshot to resolve a home invasion, the situation has escalated beyond a standard defensive encounter. In 2026, the price point makes this highly accessible. A basic tactical model retails between $450 and $600. It requires training, as 12-gauge recoil is substantial, but as a pure defensive tool, its value is unmatched. Number 7. The Glock 19, 9mm pistol. Law enforcement agencies and special operations groups worldwide have adopted the Glock 19 as their standard sidearm. This Austrian-engineered pistol is the gold standard for home defense for one reason. It fires every single time you press the trigger. The standard Glock 19 holds 15 rounds of 9mm ammunition in its flush-fit magazine, plus 1 in the chamber, giving the operator 16 total shots. This provides more sustained firepower than a shotgun or revolver without the bulk of a long gun. The weapon weighs just 30 ounces when fully loaded. What sets Glock apart is durability. These weapons have been buried in sand, submerged in salt water, and frozen in ice, yet still function perfectly. The polymer frame and minimalist engineering, consisting of only 34 total parts, make it virtually indestructible. The safe action trigger system is consistent. There are no external thumb safeties to fumble with in high-stress situations. When your finger leaves the trigger, 3 independent mechanical safeties re-engage. You can drop this loaded pistol onto concrete, and it will not discharge. Training with the Glock 19 is straightforward. The bore axis is incredibly low, which directs recoil straight back into the shooter's arm rather than snapping the muzzle upward. Furthermore, 9mm hollow point ammunition is the most heavily researched defensive round on Earth. ensuring access to premium loads like Federal HST or Speer Gold Dot. The compact size allows for easy storage in biometric nightstand safes. Professional modifications are heavily supported, adding a high-lumen weapon light like a Streamlight TLR7 or a Trigicon red dot sight is easily accomplished. In the current market, a new Gen 5 Glock 19 ranges from $550 to $650. It is arguably the most reliable handgun investment a civilian can make. Number 6. The Smith & Wesson Model 642 .38 Special Revolver. Sometimes the best technology is the technology that never fails. Revolvers represent the ultimate in mechanical reliability. The Smith & Wesson Model 642 has protected families for generations by combining adequate stopping power with foolproof enclosed operation. This lightweight J-frame revolver weighs just 14.4 ounces empty. The aluminum alloy frame and stainless steel cylinder provide massive corrosion resistance, allowing it to sit in a lockbox for years with zero maintenance, yet remain ready for immediate use. The operating principle is simple. 5 cartridges sit in individual chambers. When you pull the trigger, the cylinder rotates to align the next chamber and the internal hammer drops. If one round happens to be a factory dud, you simply pull the trigger again to rotate the next round into position. There is no malfunction to clear. Unlike semi-automatic pistols, revolvers cannot experience limp wristing malfunctions, failure to feed errors, or stovepipe jams. Even an individual with minimal training can operate a revolver effectively under extreme duress. The Model 642 fires the .38 special cartridge. While not as powerful as a 9mm, premium .38 Special Plus P defensive loads have a documented track record. The double-action-only trigger requires a heavy, deliberate pull, serving as an organic safety. Furthermore, the 642 features a fully enclosed internal hammer. This hammerless design means it can be fired from inside a pocket or purse without snagging on fabric. While maintenance is minimal, capacity is limited to 5 rounds, and reloading under stress takes significantly more fine motor skill than a semi-automatic. Current retail pricing ranges from $500 to $600. Number 5. The Remington 870 Police Magnum. When elite tactical units require absolute durability, they reach for the Remington 870 Police Magnum. Do not confuse this with the budget-tier express models. This is a purpose-built duty weapon designed to survive decades of daily law enforcement abuse. The core of the 870 Police Magnum is its receiver, milled from a solid billet of ordnance steel. Where commercial shotguns use plastic trigger guards and cast metal extractors, the Police Magnum utilizes an aluminum trigger group, a heavy-duty sear spring, and a forged steel extractor that aggressively rips spent shells out of the chamber. The action is hand-polished at the factory, resulting in an incredibly smooth pump stroke. A trained operator can deliver multiple rounds of buckshot almost as fast as a semi-automatic, with the added benefit of being able to manually cycle specialty ammunition that might cause a semi-auto to jam. Magazine capacity typically sits at 6 or 7 rounds. The 18.5-inch barrel is polished internally for superior shot patterning and features ghost ring sights for rapid target acquisition in low-light conditions. Ammunition versatility is a massive advantage. The 870 can transition between double-aught buckshot and 1-ounce rifled slugs if a threat is wearing heavy barriers or hiding behind cover. Because it is professional grade, the price reflects its construction. A new or police surplus 870 Police Magnum in 2026 will run between $800 and $1,100. It is heavy and expensive, but it is built to survive a nuclear blast. Number 4. The Springfield Armory XDM Elite. The Springfield XD series represents Croatian engineering refined for the American tactical market. Originally developed for the Croatian military, this weapon was tested in mud-soaked environments that would choke lesser firearms. A standout feature is the passive grip safety. The weapon physically cannot fire unless the grip safety is fully depressed by a firm, proper firing grip. This provides a massive layer of protection during high-stress invasions where a user might accidentally bump the trigger while picking the gun up in the dark. The compact Elite model fits 14 rounds of 9mm ammunition and up to 15 with an extended base plate. This capacity rivals full-size duty weapons while maintaining a profile small enough for handgun vaults. Springfield also incorporates a loaded chamber indicator and a striker status indicator. In complete darkness, an operator can feel if the weapon is cocked and loaded without looking away from the threat. The Elite line features the META, Match-Enhanced Trigger Assembly, providing a flat-faced trigger pull with a crisp break and short reset. The polymer frame includes aggressive tactile grip texturing for sweaty or adrenaline-shaking hands. Ammunition compatibility is flawless, digesting everything from training rounds to heavy 147-grain jacketed hollow points. Retail pricing in 2026 ranges from $500 to $650. Number 3. The Benelli Supernova 12-gauge pump action. Italian engineering meets aggressive tactical application in the Benelli Supernova. This pump action utilized space-age materials to address traditional weaknesses found in older designs. The Supernova is built around a steel skeletal framework overmolded with high-tech polymer, making it impervious to rust and extreme weather. The real marvel is the ComfortTech recoil reduction system, which reduces felt recoil by up to 40%. Less recoil means the muzzle stays flatter, allowing for faster follow-up shots. The action uses a rotary bolt head with heavy-duty steel locking lugs. This provides a lockup strength that exceeds the chamber pressure of any 12-gauge Magnum load. Dual action bars prevent the pump from binding or twisting, ensuring a glassy, smooth cycling motion. The magazine tube holds 4 to 5 rounds natively, expandable to 7. A unique feature is the magazine disconnect button on the pump forend, allowing the user to eject the chambered round without releasing a new shell from the magazine. This permits an instant switch from buckshot to a slug. In 2026, the Benelli Supernova Tactical retails between $600 and $750. Its futuristic recoil reduction and indestructible shell make it worth every penny. Number 2. The Sig Sauer P229. The Sig Sauer P229 represents precision engineering refined through service with the United States Secret Service, Navy SEALs, and Federal Air Marshals. It is the weapon carried by the agents protecting the President of the United States. Unlike modern polymer pistols, the P229 utilizes an aluminum alloy frame and a solid stainless steel slide. This metal-on-metal construction reduces muzzle flip, absorbing recoil effortlessly. Modern P2291 magazines hold 15 rounds of 9mm. The defining feature is the double-action/single-action DA/SA trigger mechanism with a frame-mounted decocking lever. The first trigger pull requires a long, deliberate 10-pound double-action squeeze. Once that fires, the slide cycles and cocks the hammer, transitioning the gun into single-action mode with a crisp 4-pound pull. If the threat is neutralized, the operator simply presses the decocking lever to safely drop the hammer, returning the weapon to its safe double-action state. It comes standard with X-ray 3-day/night sights, featuring tritium inserts that glow in complete darkness without batteries. Retail pricing reflects its premium construction. A new Sig P229 ranges from $1,000 to $1,300. It is a heavy, robust, professional gun designed for gunfighters. Number 1. The Daniel Defense DDM-4PDW .300 Blackout. When your life depends on absolute reliability and devastating stopping power, nothing matches the Daniel Defense DDM-4PDW. This represents the apex of American close-quarters tactical manufacturing. Chambered in .300 Blackout, it provides the terminal ballistics of an AK-47 packaged inside the ergonomic AR-15 platform. Fired from its 7-inch cold hammer-forged barrel, It delivers over twice the kinetic energy of a 9mm pistol round while remaining entirely controllable. The genius is its size. At just under 21 inches collapsed, it is perfectly sized for tight stairwells. The gas system is tuned to run both supersonic and heavy subsonic rounds flawlessly. When paired with a sound suppressor, subsonic .300 blackout is hearing safe indoors. This allows a homeowner to stop a threat while retaining situational awareness, something a 12-gauge cannot legally replicate in a dark hallway without causing immediate permanent sensory disorientation. It accepts standard 30-round AR-15 magazines, and the flat-top rail provides space for red dot optics and high-lumen lights. Every component is rigorously tested. Retailing between $2,100 and $2,400, it stands alone at the top of the mountain. Remember, any home defense firearm is only as effective as the brain running it. Regular tactical training, quick access storage protocols, and legal understanding are mandatory. Check out our upcoming tactical review covering defensive ammunition selection. Stay safe, stay trained, and stay ready.